Julian calendar was introduced by Julius Caesar in 46 BC to replace the ancient Roman calendar, which was lunar and had seasonal misalignments. It was revolutionary, but had one tiny flaw. It miscalculated the solar year by 11 minutes. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but those minutes added up to a full day every 128 years. By the 16th century, Easter was drifting further from spring. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar, which is the calendar currently used in most of the world today. When first introduced, 10 days vanished into thin air and deleted from the calendar back in 1582, which was how long the Julian calendar had drifted up to that point.
See, I think this is why there were some ice ages.
So one day it was October 4th, and the next day was October 5th.
Or like, not ice ages, but
who thought it was a plot to bring them back into Catholic control. England and its colonies, including what today the US didn't adopt until 1752. That's why George Washington's birthday, for instance, is confusing. He was born on February 11th, Julian, but now we celebrate on February 22nd, Gregorian. Shakespeare and Cervantes seemingly died the same date, the 23rd of April, 1660. But Cervantes predeceased Shakespeare by 10 days, since Spain used the Gregorian calendar and Britain the Julian.
See, time's been all fucked up.
The Julian and Gregorian calendars give us an insight into how time is perceived and organized. They impacted tremendously the development of timekeeping worldwide till this day.
We are not in 2025, and I can prove this. The word calendar comes from the Roman word calens. Calens was the day of the month the Romans had to pay their taxes to the Roman Empire. So the calendar we use today was created to make us a slave, so that we can become a part of the slave system. The calendar that we use today is called the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar is a copyrighted false timeline. It's a man-made, therefore it's copyrighted. And that timeline is copyrighted, and guess what? It's on your birth certificate, which means your birth certificate on paper is underneath the copyright of the Gregorian system.
See, this is all freaking interesting.
Lunar calendar, lunar
like,
cycle.
they've fucked with our time, dude.
God-made things, which is the cycle of the moon and the cycle of the heavens. This is the true calendar that we need to use, and it proves we're not in 2025. Because if we look at the word month, the word M-O-N comes from the root word of moon, or month, because the moon has a 28-day cycle.
See, so, like, all the books, like, religious texts, there's... You gotta understand, like, we've been lied to.
Which means we have a missing month. They removed one of the months to create a 12-month cycle for the Gregorian calendar.
13 zodiacs, remember that.
They do not want our bodies, our minds, our consciousness to sync with these heavenly bodies, because we can use the moon to our advantage. Full moon is when the subconscious mind is wide open, and you can use the full moon to implant new messages and new beliefs into your subconscious mind. Now, if you notice the Matrix, they always do bad things and rituals on this day to implant negative messages into your subconscious. The sun is a God-designed clock, an intelligently based design. The sun tells the time of the day, the moon tells the day of the month, and the stars tell you the month of the year. They do not want us in sync with the heavenly intelligence.
They want to keep us confused, man. They want us organizing our thoughts. They want us to share the same reality. And that's freaking that they're evil. and yeah, and they're fucking with us. These tyrants, these people with cowards with in positions of authority.